Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone from all around the world, left, right, center. It doesn't matter where you are. I hope you're doing well today. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Wow, what a day. You know what? I am exhausted like I've never been before, and nobody's own fault but mine. I shouldn't be muted. You can't hear that? I think I know what the problem is. Give me a second. It is not you, it is me. Let me get my audio turned up here. There we go. That should be better. Just in case. Oh my Lord Almighty. Let's see who we got here this morning. Good morning, Cynthia. Good to see you. Debbie Morin. If I am not, now make sure that you all have hit the like button and rib-eyed. On time in the morning. Just threw a ribeye on and poured coffee for me, and that should wake up you up. Yes. Mm, what a day! What a day! Hello, Deborah. Good to see you. Ugly Truckling. Morning, y'all. You learned something this morning. The Trans Ams didn't put meat in a salad because he's a herbivore. That's a good one. Oh, good morning to the Shizzy crew. Good morning, two awesome dogs. Good to see you, Deborah Mellinger. Oh my gosh, Kay Marshall. Good morning. Oh, two awesome dogs. Yes, I was running 5 minutes late this morning. Mary Waltz, wonderful to see you. Glad you could make it. JD fan, good to see you. And good morning, Lexi. Meow. Muted? I don't think so. Can't get me on that one. I will be muted later. Hey, Captain Karen, good to see you this morning. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Oh, man. So, yesterday, I came to a nice realization, and not a bad thing. I can't do trial streams. Can't do it. Just it tore me apart. Um, it was fun, and sure. Oh God, Welsh lady was so wonderful to hang out with yesterday. We had such a blast. I was hoping that I could do it. I physically just cannot do it. Once the brain settled down, I I passed out. I passed out completely. I was asleep so early. It was bad, and that was the most I slept, and I could not focus. I cannot focus this morning. Mm. So yeah, I'm not doing Daybell. Sorry to disappoint, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Just can't do Daybell. Y'all streamed like 48 hours yesterday. That's what it felt like. It really did. Oh my god. Yesterday was good. The morning was really good. I enjoy doing streams at night. Um, I really do. I enjoy just having that nice, easy end of day kick in about 7:30, um, and just have a nice, easy one. I finished yesterday, and my brain it shut down so hard that I almost forgot to feed the animals, almost forgot to feed myself, because for you, those of you that don't stream, or just hang out and watch streams, it's completely different on the other end of this microphone. There's so much work that you have to do to get prepared, and I physically just it tore me up, um, and I feel like I'm disappointing y'all, but I did try, and it was impossible. Ah, oh man, it's it's crazy. It's crazy. So I won't be doing any of those anymore. Not at this point in my life. Phew, no, no, I'm too damn old for that. Um, uh, it is it is crazy for me to attempt it, and I do appreciate anybody that does those, like Baker. Whew, man, now I understand why he has a hard time just coming to uh to do these things, and it takes a lot out of you. I mean, kudos to the Baker for being able to do it. um it is it is more than I can is more than I can handle, more than I can handle. uh, but that's good. That's good. At least I found my limitations. And yesterday I found my limitations, and it was torture. It was torture. Oh. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. How long before you see the crumbly parents verdict for? Oh God, I hope it happens soon. That's just horrible. And I said that from the get go, seeing that the you know them paying the price for what their child did. That's too much. I think that sends a horrible precedent on so many levels. And I'm not an attorney, but I mean, holding somebody else accountable for somebody else's actions, no, no, that's just horrible. I mean, because at this point we could we could arrest chat just for uh, something that I say or do. It's thought speech. Now, if they wanted to hold them accountable for something else, you know to put fear into people, but this kind of action um is gonna hurt our children so much. I just took a power nap, and then I will sleep after your show for a few hours. Yeah, that's see what I do is I get I I think it's bad. I just think it's bad. Two awesome dogs. Hold on. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's my voice is about shot, because I like interacting with you guys whenever I do the whenever I do the trial stream. If they would have told me, it was it was going to be about a week and a half, I would have probably stuck with it. But they're saying 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks. That's 2 to 2.5 months of me covering that, which is, oh, it's torture. It is, oh, the attorney, have at it, have fun. Just not going to do it. Well, it is their fault. They never should. Should have never raised a brat. Bastards. Never should have raised a brat. Oh my gosh. Um, there's just something to be said. Just something to be said. Um, wow, what is this? Shows- Um, no, those are spiders. I'm not pulling that up. That's all creepy. There it is. Looking to see if they've got something here. Nope, 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 and nope. New footage of. Oh, no, never mind. I'm just. See, this is what happens whenever you're tired like me. Ah. That's crazy. So here we go. I'll bring this up. See, this and see I can't. This is one of the reasons why I can't do those. Well, I'm hoping when it's overturned, the Crumleys turn around and sue the state of Michigan as well as Oakland County. Yeah, that won't happen. That won't happen. I would love that it would, but I don't see it happening. And I also don't see it getting overturned. That's the worst part about it. I don't see that getting overturned. And the reason I say this is because once you've lost, it is a uphill battle. I mean, we're talking a serious uphill battle to get this overturned. Um, and think about this. I don't know how many of you people have followed Solomon Anderson, but getting that overturned is going to be almost impossible. And think about this: they had less evidence on Solomon Anderson than they had on these folks. Not Solomon, but Zachariah Anderson. Follow Solomon Anderson. Damn, sorry. My brain is, like I said, it's not completely there this morning. It was too much yesterday. It's just way too much. Oh, so we got this Ukraine. It's passed this interesting little bill. Um, if you don't know too much about it, they're trying to boost much needed conscript to fill their army ranks. This is not a good thing. So they passed a law Thursday that will govern how the country recruits new conscripts following months of delay and after thousands of amendments were submitted to water down the initial draft. Lawmakers dragged their feet for months over this law, which is expected to be unpopular. The law was spurred by a request from Ukraine's military, which wanted to mobilize up to 500,000 more troops. Wow. So this is what Zelensky said in December. Exhausted soldiers on the front lines since Russia launched a full scale invasion of Ukraine has had no means to rotate out for the rest, while many thousands of men evaded the draft. The law was passed to the backdrop of escalating Russian campaign that has devastated Ukraine's energy infrastructure in recent weeks. Authorities said Russian overnight missiles and drone attacks against struck infrastructures and power facilities across several regions destroyed the thermal plant, the largest power generating facility in the Kyiv region. The law brings a host of changes to the current system by expanding the powers of the authorities to issue notices using an electronic system. Well, if you take out the power, you're going to have a hard time getting the electronic system working. Oh my gosh. So you've been watching this channel for a while and just realized how comfortable Shizzy could be the when the re is someone with an un behind you. Hey, two awesome dogs. I just got a heavy rain warning for the next 2 days. Looks like the area is going to get a soaking. Yeah, we'll get you a soaking. Truth is stranger than fiction. Alex Jones was right once again. The FBI and CIA admitted they targeted him. Of course. Hey, holy crap. If you understood that, explain it to me. Never. A voter came after the Parliament's Defense Committee removed key provisions. Yeah, this is one of those things where I really don't care. You know why I don't care? Because it's Russia, it's Ukraine, and they seem to be focusing more on this. The news seems to be focusing more on this than securing our southern border. And if you don't believe me, you just look at any news station, and they're not going to be talking about it. Any news station, it really is not talking about the southern border. It's almost like it didn't exist. It was just a hot topic for a short period of time. And of course, they've decided to shift over to the deletion of human lives. Wow. Isn't that really weird that they went from that to something else? But you want to see how stupid other people could be. U.S. Women's Players Association issues a statement in support of gay rights. Hmm. U.S. Women's National Team Players Association issued a statement in support of gay rights in the wake of controversy over midfielders' social media posts. 20-year-old Albert apologized, never apologized. Paris Saint Germain player wrote, liking and sharing posts that are offensive, insensitive, and hurtful was immature and disrespectful, which was never my intent. No, your intent was to tell the truth. Dropping requirements because our recruitment is down. That don't matter. You got to get people in there somehow. We used to have one of the strongest militaries. Now I'm not so sure. They can't handle the high heel shoes. And I'm not even going to try to understand what this alphabet jumbled soup is right here. But their statement came hours before Albert appeared as a substitute for a national team. Well, what in the hell is the point of having a She Believes cup? What's the point? What is the point? The women's soccer community is one of joy, excitement, kindness, and love. We have worked to ensure our community is safe, inclusive, and welcoming to everyone. Doesn't matter. No, no, they don't deserve any other rights than any other human being on the planet or in this country. And if you want to talk about human rights being stripped away, we have some basic human rights. And I don't see any of those being stripped away from anybody except for the rest of the country whenever we have to accept those horrible Pontiac Trans Ams into our midst and say that everything is okay and call it normal. No, it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not safe. It's not safe to our young ladies. It's not safe to our young men. It's not healthy. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's scary for somebody that might be going through these kinds of issues. It's a mental issue. They're mentally not quite right in the head. You don't tell the guy that's seen aliens and talking to little green men through radios that he's okay. You get that person some help. Sorry if you're offended. Tough shit. Alex Morgan and Lindsey Horan addressed the issue last week during camp. Morgan said it was handled internally. We stand by maintaining safe and respectful space. Doesn't matter, because you could get rid of all the alphabet soup. The gay community is just fine without adding a whole bunch of alphabets to them. Forgot to tell you, my daughter is not joining the military. Awesome. Congratulations for her. That's a good thing. They're vicious, mean, and hurtful. It's a blast to watch. It is a blast to watch. It is a blast to watch. Melanie, this is really wonderful news. I'm glad to hear that. One thing I will say about the military is there are some good aspects, but in today's military, I don't know. I really don't know. I hope they get back to a point where they actually help our youth out in ways that they couldn't before. But in this day and age, I'm not seeing it. Just not seeing it. Happiest mom in Texas. Awesome. Your two youngest sons wanted to join the army until they started reading all this news about the wokeness. Yeah. That's whenever it becomes a little scary. That's whenever it becomes a little bit scary. All of us are Americans. That should be enough. Why use labels? Yeah, I agree. Michigan, if you really alphabet soup gang, you can face up to $10,000 fine and 5 years in jail. Yeah. You know what? I tell them, have fun, because I just don't give two shits about it. because then I will sue every single damn one of the leaders for misgendering me. Serious. I would sue every damn one of them. I would start out with Governor Whitmer, especially if they sign this in right here. If you misgender anyone, if it's just the alphabet soup game, oh dude, I would have so much all over that. But I would start with the governor. That's where I would start. That would be my that would I would file my first lawsuit against the governor and every single public official and everyone on down the line. Serious, every single one of them. It just leaves the door wide open. They just open the door. I would go in there and just kick the shit out of it. good good morning, Lynn Dalton. Missed you in my morning whiz. Oh, that's nice. I couldn't imagine my husband in it now. No, no, I couldn't either, Deborah. Um, that would be no fun. Good morning, Terry Ham. Yeah, it's I couldn't imagine being in the military now. And it's mainly as I've gotten older, I couldn't imagine doing that. It just doesn't seem healthy. Doesn't seem like a healthy place to be. But oh, I did find something here, but it has nothing to do with our southern border, really. This desperate young Guatemalan is trying to reach the U.S. even after horrific deaths of migrating relatives. Okay. In Guatemala, which is nowhere near here, near, every night for nearly 2 years, Glenda Ramirez is prayed by the altar of her parents' mud brick bedroom, where under a large crucifix, a picture of her sister Blanca, which means blank. The 23-year-old died alongside 50 other migrants in a smuggler's tractor trailer. Well, then they're not migrants. That they would be illegals. Big difference. Get your story straight. If you get the story straight, it'll make a lot more sense. So, 23-year-old died alongside 50 other illegals in a smuggler's tractor trailer in Texas. But why were they in Texas if they're from Guatemala? Because those aren't migrants. If you're a migrant, you'd just be able to come right across the border at any sort of open border space and be welcomed right in to do migratory work. And there's certain paperwork that you'd have to fill out. Whenever you filled out the paperwork, wow, it would be amazing that you'd be here. And of course, this Texas driver, this person in Texas, under a certain section that was created, would be fined for every single one of those deaths. And I believe, and I could be wrong, that anybody that was found doing that under Section 6, I believe it was that they created, that person would be held in prison for, I think it was 10 years per person, and they would be fined something like $10,000 per person. So the minimum, I think, it's 10 years per person. I have to look at the actual law again that was passed, but that's what would happen to them. And anybody involved in that, the owner of the truck, doesn't matter, business, every single person involved in this. So you put that would be what, 500 years? Yeah, 50 times 10. Yeah, 500 years that they would be in prison. Of course, they're not a migrant. They were illegally coming across the states, and this is the price that they paid, was with their life, and that sucks. I hate hearing that. They asked for their God's family health, and they might get to the United States one day. What? You can get to the United States really super easy. You take and book a flight, get your passport, and you're welcome to stay for a certain period of time, and you can always file for certain documents, and you might be allowed in. But crossing the border illegally, well, that just sort of sets you way back. Oh, good morning, Farrell. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. It is very cool. I have, let's see. There we go. Man. So she had a coyote. I don't know why she's playing with those violent little wolves. They're not really a wolf. They're just a coyote. But she had a coyote postpone it for a few days because of a flare up of violence among Mexican drug cartels. But those aren't routes. Those would be illegals. So illegal aliens coming into the United States, the drug cartels control those. Well, here's a novel idea. Don't come to the United States. Go to Mexico. You could have political asylum there. You could hang out there as long as Mexico wants you. Oh, that's right. Mexico doesn't want you there either. So maybe just stay in your own country. And if it sucks, then fix it in your own damn country. So happy about your sons. That's awesome to see your comments. My eyes were teared up. Oh, that's so nice. You couldn't get in. Bad back. Oh, sorry. Sorry to hear that. Oh, Michigan Attorney General Nestle's attorney that won gay marriage. I don't care about the gay marriages. I really don't. I think that civil unions should be allowed. Um, yeah, I had a lot of guys that I was in with whenever I was in the military that had damaged backs and didn't even know it at the time that they went in. I mean, they went in and everything seemed to be fine. When they did their first run with some weight, and they were just like, yeah, this is not good. Then go see the doctor, and they're getting Section 8 out. I mean, there was at least three guys. One of them, it wasn't his back. It was his ankles or something like that. It was really weird. But one guy, he did all of basic, just is bare minimum. But yeah, yeah, I did. I was in the Army National Guard. I did basic training with all the regular Army, and I had a few of the guys that went to overseas. So that was 1986. I enlisted. I was the wonderful age of 16. Wonderful. And then yeah, that was it. Served 4 years, got out when I was 19. And it was a general discharge, and after I had 2 more years left, so in 1990, around the time of the first Gulf War, my unit was on call, but they never had to ship out, and I didn't have to go leave California at the time, which was sort of weird. It would have been really weird because I had by that time I had grown my hair out a bit, and had a mohawk. It would have been interesting with seeing me with with the with the piercings and all that kind of shit to actually join the military. Woo. Would have been weird, a little weird. CB Marine, yeah, yeah. I did, like I said, I did National Guard for 4 years. I didn't go full active. They wouldn't give me E5 um, at all. They just said, yeah, we have to have somebody leave. There isn't enough slots in the in our unit to do that. At one point, I transferred to an infantry unit, and that was putting me in a really really bad position. Um, when I transferred to that unit, they had that particular area was sort of riddled with some pretty bad drugs going around. So it was I left that unit, went back to my regular unit. Yeah, that was for like a month. That's what I did. I was like, nope, bad idea. Doing a transfer is crazy. My stepdad tried to enlist in the Marines right after Pearl Harbor, was denied because he had slightly high blood pressure. But a few months later, he got drafted in the Army. That sounds about right. Oh, you're starting new channels? It's only gaming? Oh, cool. Very cool. I have a gaming channel. I it's pretty easy. It's just Shizzy Whiz, not underscore gaming. It's the same thing. You'll see like an angel looking thing on it. Um, and most of the time, whenever I do the game stuff, I just do it for a few hours and just it's a good way to unwind. And I want to get back into doing some more of that. Um, Initially, that's what I was going to start. That's sort of where I was putting the trial streams at. But I did realize after last night. So for all of you just joining, I won't be doing the trial stream. It knocked me out. It tore me up. Oh, I don't know how Baker does it. Kudos to that man. Kudos to that man. But I do also understand why he doesn't have a whole lot of time for hardly anything else, because it takes a lot of time and dedicated time to be able to do it. And I was hoping that I could keep up with work and be able to just stream it in the background. And for 10 weeks, if it would have been a couple of weeks, I would have been able to do it. Uh, 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 week trial would have been perfect. But this one is just way, way too much. Like I may do Sarah Boone, but there is definitely, well, not do Sarah Boone, but do the Sarah Boone trial. There's no way I can do an 8 to 10 week trial. It's physically exhausting and takes too much time, especially because it's on the other side of the country. Um, it makes it even more difficult because it would mean that I would have to start it at 11, finish it at like midnight, 1 o'clock, some crap like that. I mean, 10, 9. I don't even know what time I finished yesterday. But by the time they exited, I was running late to get some dinner. Dogs were wanting some food, and 8 to 10 weeks. It is so ridiculous. And the sound in the court is completely shot. It's got uh you can't see any of the visuals that they're bringing up. Not that they're showing anything anyway, because they had one witness yesterday. They did their opening arguments. They did jury instructions, and that was done before their like first break. They brought up their first witness. He was questioned. They took a break. They came back. They did lunch. Um, after their morning break, they came back. They did lunch. After lunch, they questioned him. They took another break. They went for another almost 2 hours, and they still hadn't finished with the first witness. He's coming back on the stand again today. And this is just like the guy that was, there taking with the people taking pictures. They had, I want to say, at least 200 objections. The defense counsel had at least 200 objections before they even got started. I mean, it was ridiculous. And they would take 10 minutes to read through the paperwork. I mean, they are not even, I do not think they will be done questioning this guy for like the first week. I would be surprised if they even have 10 witnesses or for the prosecution. I would be surprised. And they're probably going to take 4 weeks just to get through, those 10. It is stupid and ridiculous. Exactly. Exactly. I can't do it. Just it was torture. I mean, I might do some recaps on it, but yeah, it's not even worth it. Brother-in-law and sister-in-law were stationed in Guam for a while, and they were both on the USS Enterprise for a while as well. Now long retired. Trying to think what my uncle is on. Um, I do know that my uncle brought the ship that is there in. I'm trying to think of what the name of it is in South Carolina. He brought that ship in, and there was a skeleton crew. I think he said of like 10 people on there or something like that, and you know they brought it in. It was already it before they decommissioned it and then set it all up for people to go on. So that was pretty cool. Uh, yeah, it makes John Crook sound smart. The trial for a piece of human excrement that shot and deleted your daughter lasted 5 days. I can't imagine a trial lasting so long. Yes. Yeah, I cannot either. And it's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous because, I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces involved in that, but I think the prosecution should not even be doing that at all. But anyhow, so this young lady right here wants to come to the U.S. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because look at how beautiful Guatemala is. I mean, that's a looks beautiful. Tens of thousands of youth from this region would rather take deadly risks, even repeatedly, than stay behind where they see no future. Well, sweetheart, you make a future. That's all you got to do. Blanca's fatal journey was her third attempt to reach the U.S. I want to go there because there are no opportunities, even though mom says that I'll suffer what Blanca did. Well, no, you don't want to come here. Full of banjo players and evil people. Um, there's no future for you here either. I'd like to have a house, help your family, and get ahead. It's not going to be much different here. Not going to be much different here. The record high numbers of illegals crossing the U.S. border have made illegals a top concern in the U.S. in this U.S. presidential election year. Not really. They haven't made this a priority. Most come from tiny hamlets and predominantly indigenous Western Highlands. Daily wages top out the equivalent of $9. Okay, your country sucks. Change it. Often, the only collateral for loans to pay smugglers' fees can reach $20,000. So, how are you getting $20,000? That's what I'm wondering. Many families grow corn and beans to eat. Yep. Little else sprouts from the steep mountainsides, except the exuberantly decorated multicolored concrete homes built with reminiscences from old loved ones in the United States. Constant reminders of what's possible if one makes it to the north. That doesn't look bad. Looks like a nice little house right there. I'm just saying that looks like a really nice little house right there. I mean, if that's just built from rubble, they are richer than ever. I mean, that's pretty nice little place. That's pretty nice place. Just saying. That looks like a three-story house with balconies wrapped around it. Holy crap. In a small town of I'm not even going to try to say it. Two murals serve as a different reminder. They're memorials to the nearly 2 dozen local illegals who died in recent mass tragedies. They either asphyxiated in the trailer in San Antonio or were, oh, wow, that really sucks. But why did they just stay in Mexico? Oh, that's right. It's not much better. Not much better. Why leave? Rise up, create a better life for you and your countrymen. I don't know. I have no idea. Why do people build rafts of trash to escape communism? Things are so good in Cuba, they feel guilty and want to move to an evil capitalist country like the U.S. Well, of course. I didn't want to bring down the chat. Sorry, just expressing my frustration with the legal system. No, we understand, Captain Curran, and we got all the love for you, brother. Really, we understand that bad crap happens. It really does, and it's We all understand. We all understand the sorrow, and we are absolutely sorry for your loss, brother. Like, seriously. Speaking of loss, you know what I need? I need some more coffee. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've got to get some darn coffee. You know what that means? Yes, you know what that means. You're about to get a little bit of a break. I'll be back before Rambo's here. You know it. You know it'll happen. Good morning. I'm back. Oof. Right turn, Clyde. Hey, Jack. Hey, Joe. Good to see you. Edit some cicadas making lemonade wall footage into this. That's what I have. You didn't see the cicadas? Oh, you didn't see the cicadas? Here, I'll show you. Here's the cicadas. So whenever you see the little trees and you hear the noise, those are some cicadas. I told you they're there. You just got to pay attention. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right, let me hide that for you guys there. Oh yeah, now you see them. Yeah, see, you weren't paying any attention. You went and got coffee too. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm done talking about the plight of the Guatemalans. So that was about the most you're going to get, and it's more about the plight of the Guatemalans, and has nothing to do with our state's borders whatsoever. Our country's borders has nothing to do with it. What's going on in Guatemala does not affect me, except for you sending people across Mexico to come to the United States and then trying to call them migrants. There's a way that migrants are able to come here legally, and it's been in place for quite some time. And if you're coming here illegally, you're doing it illegally. You're breaking the freaking law. Speaking of breaking the law, shouts of shame erupt in the Arizona House floor as a fight over death bans engulfs lawmakers. Now, I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again. I think that Arizona is taking it a little bit too far, presumably. And, I don't think that, I think personally that in cases of graping and burning candles is plenty of reason enough to terminate. That being said, that's also very rare. And I would also say anybody that is guilty of that should be, you know, buried under a wall of ashes, uh, and shamed to all eternity and probably tortured along the way. I have no sympathy for any of that kind of behavior, especially in the burning of candles realm, because uh, that's a that's somebody that can be tracked down pretty damn easily. But that's also rare, far few in between, and but still, in those cases, most definitely should be taken care of in the most possible wood chipping way that you can do it. Most most definitely. I don't condone any of that kind of behavior. Ah, oh, damn it. Crazy stuff. Ah, but anyhow, Arizona legislature devolved into shouts of shame, shame on Wednesday as Republican lawmakers quickly shut down discussion on a proposed repeal of the revived 1864 law that criminalizes deletion through pregnancy unless a woman's life is at risk. Um, the state Supreme Court cleared the way Tuesday for enforcement of the statehood law. Arizona deletion providers vowed Wednesday to continue services until they're forced to stop, possibly within weeks. State legislators convened as pressure mounted for Dems and some Repubs, including Donald Trump, for them to intervene. Wait, but why does Trump have to intervene? He's not president of the United States. As it's been made multiple times, he's former president of the United States. Why does he have to intervene? There's nothing he can do. He doesn't have any say so in it. Why are you saying he has that much power over people? Wow, that's given him a lot of power. But the House Democrats, at least one Republican, tried to open discussion on the repeal of the 1864 ban, which holds no exceptions for graping or burning candles. The GOP leaders who command the majority cut it off twice and quickly adjourned for the week. Outraged Dems erupted with finger waving. Was it sort of so they were doing this, or were they doing this, or was it jazz hands? I'm wondering, was it jazz hands, finger waving? I'm just curious. I mean, all you have to do is just get some ammos, girl. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Stacy. Stacy came slipping in here. So anyone in a Folgers commercial is eligible for deletion? I guess so. Not according to Arizona. Not according to Arizona. Arizona says the only way that they would do is if the mother's life was in imminent danger. That's taking, like I said, pendulum swings, and you may not like how it swings. So be careful what you ask for on certain things. But I think that they can get this worked out. And in the meantime, if you don't like that state, there's always California. There's always California. It's not that far away. Or maybe just take your ass over to Mexico, where everything's legal over there and cheaper. I mean, think about it. For you can take your money over to Mexico and buy a nice little hovel, and have your people that live in the U.S. send you money, remittance. It works for me. It works for the Guatemalans. Why won't it work for you? Go to Guatemala. Jeez, man. Don't you know anything? Republican State Representative Teresa Martinez of Casa Grande said there was no reason to rush the debate. She accused Dems of screaming at us and engaging in extremist and insurrectionist behavior on the House floor. Oh, geez. See, you're taking it a step too far, Teresa. I don't think you should be doing that. GOP-led Senate briefly convened without debate on deletions. We're navigating a very extremely complex, emotional, important area of law and policy. In my opinion, uh, removing healthy babies from healthy mothers is not healthcare nor reproductive nor good. Pregnancy is not an illness. It should be celebrated. It is a deletion that terminates life. Yes. Democrat legislators seized on the national interest in that abortion ban. We've got the eyes of the world watching Arizona right now, said Democrat State Representative Stephanie Stahl Hamilton of Tucson. We know the Supreme Court's. See, why would she? That is a horrible middle name to give your daughter, giving them the middle name of Stahl. Oh, geez. Why would you do that? We know that the Supreme Court's decision yesterday is extreme. We know that should the 1864 ban on deletions remain a law in Arizona, people will die. Well, not as many as would die otherwise, because they already said there was 1,100, 1,800, something like that, deletions in Arizona every month. So, removing that deletion, that could change things. I mean, it would appear so. It means that there's 1,000 plus, 1,500, whatever, that would be not deleted per month. That starts adding up after a while. That's over 100,000 deletions a year. Think about that. All right. Who took your eggs? Oh, Eggo, sorry. Good morning, Tammy Bugard. How are you doing? Remember the Democrats in Arizona wanted to sell the Capitol building so they could lease it back and not pay for maintenance. Yes. These are the kinds of things that they do. Oh. So Katie Hobbs called inaction on the proposed repeal unconscionable. Well, no. Radical legislators protected the Civil War era total deletion ban that jails doctors, strips women of your bodily autonomy, and puts your. No, it doesn't. Truthfully, it doesn't. I mean, that's sort of. I would hope that it jails doctors for doing these kinds of things, but no, it doesn't strip you from that right there. Here's a novel idea. It's called birth control. Novel idea. You don't like it. Well, that's just sort of the way the cookie crumbles. And also hold the men responsible for taking care of a child. Stop throwing them in prison over stupid, ridiculous stuff, or just stop sleeping with crazy. Good idea. Because if she's fine with just going about and using deletions as birth control, then you've got some. You might not want to be putting it in there. Just saying, if that's what it is. 3 Republican legislators openly opposed the ban, which I'm agreeing. I agree. I think that having the ability to have it should still be there, but I also think that it should be far few in between, under extreme necessary reasons. Because whenever you have a grape or incestual kind of contact, that is wrong here. Birth control means, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Building 7 had egos holding its girders together. That's true. Gosh, dang. Good job, heretics. Good job. Oh my god. I just saw the name of this. This is going to be bad. I'm going to start laughing here pretty soon. Sorry. Uh Holy crap. Do you see that right there? And they're saying that I mean that number 11,530 in 2022. That's how many people were deleted. Think about that. Think about that. That's what they call women's health. That's what they consider women's health right there. And just think about that for a second. If and that's just one state. There's a certain little German artist that would probably be proud of these people. Just saying. That's a sadness right there. That's a sickness. And I really think that they should not have named their their family planning in Phoenix because that's what they call it. They call it Camelback. Dude, that's just so wrong. And it's really weird that they call themselves family planning because that's about where 1/4 of all the deletions are performed. You're not really planning for a family if you're if you're doing the deletions. Just saying. That's not really that's not really planning. That has nothing to do with family whatsoever. That's just the worst. Oh no, don't apologize. I'm the same way. That's that right at that point. That's called a genocide. Yeah, people are disgusting. Planning to have zero family, right? Well, and if they can't get them there, they'll get them in school. So for those of you that have little ones, I feel bad for you because well they didn't get you on the first round. You didn't make it to the Camelback family planning facility, but you did manage to get your kid into pre-K and you worked really hard to get your child there. And then they said, well, you know what? We're taking away the right to choose what school you have to. So we're going to send your kid to a public school where we can indoctrinate them. Oh, well, guess what? Now we're going to teach them how to chop body parts off so you don't produce. Like these people know more about raising a child that can't have children or refuse to have children or go through the problems. Well, they're trying to get rid of that also, Melanie. That's the worst part. They're trying to get rid of this also. They want to get rid of homeschooling. It makes it bad. Makes it really bad. Homeschool for the win. I'm with you on that. They want to eliminate that also. They still want to make you pay for the other kids, and they call them less fortunate. Isn't it really weird how all of it comes back around? Humans can be some of the worst people on earth. Yes. Ah. Registered nurse Ashley says deletion services are still available and that staff hope emergency legislation will avoid interruptions or closure because it is big money for them. Their plan is to stay open as long as possible, just like her legs. Our clinic has been shut down twice in the last 4 years, but we always resumed service. It sounds like they have a drive-through. You know, yeah. Oh well, you got stuck in your woohoo. You didn't know how to keep your legs closed. Well, we don't know how to keep our doors closed either. Come to us, because everybody came to you. At the same time, anti deletion groups, including SBA Pro Life America, urged Arizona residents to oppose a proposed ballot initiative aimed at placing deletion rights in Arizona's state constitution. Well, I have to disagree with these psychos because I don't agree with what they have to say. Like I said, I don't like extremists. Going extreme one way or the other uh is not is not good. What's that? You have Debbie, I have an S-shaped scoliosis, severe arthritis, and bone spurs in areas of my spine are dissolving. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's no fun. That's no fun. I'd be a people person if it wasn't for people. Absolutely. You get two choices of education. Both of them are Jesuit. Plan of education for anyone as long as it's Jesuits. So true. There you go. They would wipe away all these laws put in place by legislature reflective of the will of the people. Um, I don't agree with that. Hobbes, however, predicted that outrage will motivate voters to enshrine deletion rights directly in state law. The fight for is not over for sure. Well, and that's like I said. I think that I think that there should be some abilities, but I don't think it should be the end all be all. I think it's more teaching your youth about the dangers and pitfalls of these things, the mental psychological issues that can happen along the way. That's where it bothers me the most. Guaranteed to have your worshippers confused, hating, and conflicting and dividing in no time. I'm a pro-choice person. I want to ensure the right for all women. Well, apparently not, because what about the women that are still in the womb? So you don't want to give them that right. Deletion rights advocates say they've gathered more than 500,000 signatures for the petition with Arizona for deletion access campaign, far above what they need to add a ballot question asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment protecting the right to delete until viability, then the fetus, when a fetus could survive outside the womb. So that would be a choice. I would disagree with it, but that could be a choice. It's still not my preference. But arriving for a campaign fundraiser in Atlanta, okay, Trump said the Arizona court decision went too far. See, that's what Trump had to say. And if you read the whole thing, because they only leave it for just a short blurb in there of what he said. Arizona better pray legals don't vote. They are largely pro-life. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Thumbs up, denied rights. When I was in high school, I had to carry the doll around. Cured me right up. Yeah. that could have a little bit to do, or it could make you want to do it quicker. Education guaranteed to split your little love bone right down the middle. Tammy, we have similar issues. Disfiguring of hands and feet, limited range of motion, joint displacement. Ooh. No, thank you. Narcissist splitting 101. Never carried a doll. I think I remember an egg though. Yeah. I had that class. It was an elective that they said that was the only thing available because I missed a little bit of high school. I got kicked out of that class. You want to know why I got kicked out of that class? Because the teacher was telling the female students that basically all guys wanted was to hit it and quit it. and that all guys were garbage and trash, and they were horrible human beings and all this kind of crap. Um, you know, mischaracterizing what most men think and feel. She was hard, which I didn't know at the time. She was hardcore lesbian, and she was more interested in hooking up with some of her students at the time, which I didn't know that either. But whenever I started a debate of saying, wait, you're calling all men garbage, and I don't fit in any of those categories. I don't even know what you're talking about. This is improper and not right. Yeah, she got very upset and had me removed from her classroom. The same classroom where they did the little eggs and all that kind of stuff. It was stupid and ridiculous. Um, and then I think it was a couple years later that she got ousted for um, inappropriate contact with a couple of her students. Yeah, female students. It was weird. Oh, they want to enjoy. You know what? Not accept responsibility for results. I think women that unalives a fetus should be put in prison for unaliving the fetus, except in cases of rape and incest. That's just my thought on that. I don't, and then I think that the person that commits that kind of atrocity should be there. I don't think there's a grave deep enough to dig them in to scatter their ashes after it goes through the wood chipper feet first. Personally, at that point, that's all that it needs. It's not fair for people who have been raped or abused or left. Um, well, that right there, if you're left like that, there is a bigger responsibility on the man, that he needs to get his head straight. Um, yeah, and I feel for you. I feel for you. That is very very true, and it is a touchy situation. It really is, and know that it can leave you mentally scarred after, like in a hard way. And if you're not mentally scarred by it, then there's just something inherently wrong with your mind. Grape and family babies should be able to too. Yes, but those are also rare. And this is the problem with a lot of the left. They look at it like this is common. That's a very big rarity. Um, and like I said, if someone is does do the graping at any point, that should they should be terminated right along with the with the pregnancy. Simple as that. Just right along with them. And if a parent is doing something like that, yeah, yeah, right along with it. Waiting on reduction, left knee surgery, replacement, lower back surgery, and one more surgery that hasn't been ruled out. Oof, no fun, Tammy Bogard. Oh, I agree with that. You said I just couldn't find my words, so thank you. No, I mean it is a touchy situation. It's hard to talk about, especially because there's so many people that want to get they want to take it to the extreme, and the extremes over it are what makes that pendulum swing really, really hard, really fast. And I said this multiple times before, that these people getting upset over it. Look at your local laws, look at your state laws, and work on getting those things straightened out. Shore those up, because Roe v. Wade's going to happen. It's going to go away. And what Trump is saying here in about Atlanta, listen really closely to what he says. The Arizona court decision went too far, called on state lawmakers to change it, but he still defends the Supreme Court ruling, which takes it out of the hands of the federal government. It takes it out of the hands of the federal government, sends it back to the states where it should be. It's all about states' rights. It'll be straightened out. I agree. It'll be straightened out and these states will get it right. Or you would hope they get it right if they want to keep having a population. Since the U.S. Supreme Court overruled it in 22, most Republican controlled states have started enforcing these new bans or restrictions, and Democrat ones have sought to protect access, which is absolutely the way that it should be. If you don't like the way your state is operate, if 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 deleting children is what you want to have, then go to one of those states. That's what they're all about. If that's the way that you want to operate your life and you want to you want to be, then there's plenty of room in those states for you. And the same goes for the other. If you don't like that people are doing that in your state, then leave. Go to a place where they delete everything. uh, so after you put it through the wood chipper, you go feed it to the gators in the swamp. No, that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible. I wouldn't do that to those poor gators. Wish you all the best, Tammy. I've had my knee. Oh, okay. Sorry. Ruth Bader Ginsburg even said that Roe v. Wade would eventually fall because it wasn't good case law. The ruling was flawed. Absolutely. And they all act surprised when it did. Yes. Fertilizer. I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for the fertilizer. Arizona ruling suggests, but it does not say that it will. There's a big difference between will, may, shall. Okay. Suggests doctors can be prosecuted for performing the procedure. It carries a sentence of 2 to 5 years in prison for doctors or anyone else who assists in deletion. Physicians are now all on notice that all deletions except those necessary to save a woman's life are illegal. The Arizona Supreme Court said in its decision, adding that additional criminal and regulatory sanctions may apply to deletions performed after 15 weeks, the state's previous time limit for the procedure. Beyond that, the court ruling also ignited concern that enforcement might interfere with the handling of the miscarriages. I don't understand how. Enforcing the 1864 law won't begin for at least 2 weeks. However, plaintiffs in the case, including Planned Parenthood, said the delay could last up to 2 months based on agreement reached in a related case. Planned Parenthood has said it will offer deletion service up to 15 weeks of pregnancy for at least 2 more months, in line with agreement on the related case. Doctors and clinical leaders are anticipating a scramble across the Southwest region to accommodate Arizona residents as they travel out of state for deletion care. Yes, it depends on whether the DA is to prosecute or not. Exactly. Teddy bear stuffing is not a fertilizer, and it'll make daddy holler. Teddy bear stuffing falling out of the very sad little kid. Oh, it is. Poor little teddy bears. Poor little teddy bears. It's crazy days ahead. All right. So there's been some misinformation spread around. We're going to quell those. We're going to quell some misinformation today because federal data does not show a soaring number of illegals registering to vote, as they show a black couple putting up a voter registration sign with Gatorade. Nice. So the claim is the SSA data numbers show number of voters registering without a photo ID. Scott. So this is the claim. Okay. SSA data shows the number of voters registering without a photo ID is skyrocketing in 3 key swing states. Evidence that illegals who entered the country are registering to vote in Arizona, Texas, and Pennsylvania. Well, they say this is false. AP's assessment is this is false. This is misinformation. This is not true. That was the claim. This is the assessment. The assessment is that election officials in all three states said the information being shared is incorrect. In fact, recent voter registrations in those states are well below the numbers being cited online. Okay. The posts are misrepresenting the data from the SSA's Help America Vote verification system, which tracks requests by states to verify the identity of individuals who register to vote using the last four digits of their SS number. Social Security. Only U.S. citizens can vote federal elections, and non-citizen voting is well. It doesn't say that it's not happening. It just says it's exceedingly rare. Well, that's crazy. Time to go watch a rocket launch? Wait a second. They got a rocket launch happening? Now, if you're telling me they got a rocket launch, I will pull that up in a heartbeat. Because we like rocket launches here. I just want to see it. Just want to see the rocket launch. Oh, that's crazy. Where is a? Or you're going to watch it live? Is that what you're doing? Watching the rocket launch live? Good thing we got out of bed. We wouldn't laugh this hard while we were sleeping. Crazy. I like this. That's pretty cool. Let's see if there's a rocket launch. Rocket launch. Let's see. Launch schedule for space flight now. SpaceX Falcon 9. Let's see. No, it's 10:25 a.m. today. So Falcon 9. No, that was yesterday. There was a rocket launch yesterday. There's not one today. 10 of. Oh, I guess there is one today. I'm sorry. It starts at 10 o'clock today. So you got a while to go. Hey, Risa. Thank you for becoming the newest member. I appreciate it. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it's supposed to start at 10. You've got like another couple hours, unless you've got a different one that's going to be happening. And there's supposed to be another one tomorrow. So April 11th, which is today. And so it starts at 10:05 a.m. is whenever they're going to be launching it. Let's see. They were sorry kid came back when your contractor. It's just been postponed about 30 minutes ago. I didn't know. I didn't either. I did not realize it. But hey, the launch will get canceled. The weather here is crap today. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, I would keep an eye out on it, but I will be working today. It's going to be a busy day today. I've got a lot going on. For those of you just jumped in here, that were with me yesterday, I will not be doing a live stream of the Daybell. I won't be doing it. I will be covering it. I don't have 8 to 10 weeks of time to commit to something like that. So those of you that jumped in here a little bit late, I won't be doing it. It's not going to be possible for me to be able to do that at all. At all. It's too much. But I do need to get some more coffee. See, this is what happens whenever you go those late nights. That's what happens whenever you do the late nights. So I'm gonna let this thing play for just a little bit. Grab myself some more coffee. Got a couple more things I want to talk about with you guys. Oh yeah, hard to hear. It's insane. And what I'll do is I'll probably post a link of where you guys can see it. There won't be any commentary, but that's where it'll be. If you're interested in watching it, I'll post a link up there, so anybody is welcome to go check that out. I won't be able to do it. It is, like I said, it would be too much for me to handle. But here we go. We'll let this play for you, and I will go get some more coffee. Be right back. All right, all right. I am back. Oof. I'm not muted, so damn it. At least I'm getting that one down. It's Aries. It's okay. I think yours is getting ready to expire soon. Now, just an FYI for all you fine folks to become members. The lowest membership has all of the same perks as the highest membership. There's nothing extra special about it. I've been meaning to tell everybody this, and I probably just keep forgetting to. I've got three tiers of membership. The lowest membership is no different than the high tier. The high tier is there if you want to donate more, that's absolutely fine. Um, but you get all the same benefits and perks. Um, it's I don't do the Discord thing. I do have a Discord channel, but I don't. I found that having a Discord channel can get really toxic really quick, um, and because you get people that disagree, and sometimes just disagreements are really good in certain areas, but sometimes those disagreements can bleed over into you know getting people really angry at one another, and I've seen discords get really toxic and lose a lot of like people that enjoy being there. And so I've sort of eliminated that area in my life. I just don't need the stress, I guess is the best way to put it. I got enough stress as it is, you know. So if you're looking for those kinds of Discord links and things like that, you're not going to find them here. All you're going to find is just a cool place to hang out with a bunch of cool people that enjoy having fun, talking talking crap. Oh, thank you. If you paid for memberships, you'd pay for mine and most. Well, that's fine, and that's the cool part about it is you're not required to. I do also, and this will be coming up in the near future. Do something special, once a month or something like that for people that are members. Um, and it's just to make it where I feel like I'm giving you a little bit of something more. Um, I don't have any need to be this mega. mega star on YouTube or something like that. I just enjoy hanging out with really cool people, having fun, talking about the latest news, information, just being chill with everybody. I like making fun of stupidity whenever I see it, which there's limitless amounts of that on the interwebs. I mean, limitless amounts. I'm usually one of them that's one of the most ignorant out there. So I got to have some fun somehow. It's a good way to go. It keeps it real. Keeps it real. So, as I was saying before, only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections. Correct. Non-citizen voting should be more than exceedingly rare. It should be non-existent. They do have processes to prevent it, and those processes we know about. It's called things like voter ID. That's just one of them. So, but the facts are within 3 months remaining in this season, the primary season, social media users are misrepresenting government data. That is very true. To suggest that the country has seen a surge in voter registration by illegals. Okay. The number of voters registering without a photo ID is skyrocketing in three key states, reads one ex post. It cites data from the Social Security to claim to have 220,731 such registrations in Texas and Pennsylvania. Okay. So what's the facts here? It continues that it allows voters to register with an SSA number, and illegals are not able to get licenses there, but they can get SSA cards for work authorization permits. I don't know if that's true, but they're not disputing this part of it right there. As of Thursday, the post received a whole bunch of likes. Could care less about these people. I don't. I only give likes to people whenever it's funny or intelligent posts, and to see posts like this, that 5,400, that's nothing. Oh, I think Jeremy from the Quartering gets more than that just on a video, and I don't even give him thumbs up. Others allegedly outright that this data is proof that the Dems are rigging. Well, Dems are letting illegals through the border. Well, that is true. They are. They want them to be able to come through and then processing them. But I don't know about registering them to vote using only an SSA number, because you can't get one if you're illegally. But these claims misrepresent what the SSA data shows. This again appears to be an example of people who don't understand how elections work misrepresenting data. That's absolutely true. Perhaps intentionally, perhaps unintentionally, to create a false impression and inflate the potential for voter fraud. Yes. David Becker, the founder, executive director of the Center for Election Innovation and Research, told the Associated Press the numbers being identified as individual voter registrations in Arizona, Texas, and Pennsylvania are actually referring to the total number of requests states made to the SSA to verify voters' identities. Election officials in three states noted that the actual voter registration applications during that time period were much lower than the numbers being shared online. Maricopa, which is approximately 60% of the population, has 39 new registrants, according to the county recorder, far below the 220,000 said to have registered with no ID. In Texas official statement that 507 new registered vote in Texas, less than the number of people registered in the same period in 2020 and 2022. And the state currently has approximately 17.9 million registered voters. So, same thing through all three states. Individuals in most states registered to vote with either their driver's license number, state ID number, last four digits of SSA number. States use the first two options to verify the individual's identity with their Department of Motor Vehicles. This accounts for the vast majority of voters. All verification requests for which the name, date, birth, less, whatever. So it is 100% false that there are 220,000 in Arizona since January 1st. And Secretary of State Janet Nelson said it is totally inaccurate that 1.2 million voters are registered to vote in Texas without a photo ID. So they have told people do not believe the BS that they're talking about, which is good. And that's what we need. We need people to, uh, in San Francisco, the position is the state election board. See, you could be like California. They appointed a non-legal resident to serve in office. Yeah, that does happen. Um, doesn't mean that. Sometimes you can vote in local elections, but you can't vote in federal elections. Depends on the state. Each state is a little bit different. So you can vote in your local elections, but you won't be able to vote in, like, for example, Arnold could vote in his in his state elections, but he wouldn't be able to ever become president or vote in a federal election because he's not a natural born citizen. He's not Native American. Does that makes sense? So he could, but he's I believe Austrian, one of those fake countries. We have another one that's fake Mossad account spreads misinformation about airstrike that killed aid workers in Gaza. Man, that looks like that hurt. Israel said that the deaths of 7 aid workers from the World Central Kitchen in Gaza Strip were caused by a roadside boom planted by Hamas. Well, it's false. No Israeli officials have publicly made such statement. Fact that following the airstrikes that killed them, that led the charity to suspend delivery of vital food aid to Gaza. Users claim that Israel had blamed Hamas for the incident. Well, yeah, and that's even less likes and shares. And if people, this seems really strange to me. Let me just point something out that they're using this coming off of Twitter. Why are you going after Twitter? What about pulling out the misinformation that the AP puts out? I'm surprised because there's quite a bit there that comes through the AP that's not true. Many posts include footage with a large hole going through the world logo printed there so that the vehicle could be identified from the air, but no officials have publicly said that there was a bomb that caused this. IDF is investigating the incident, which 5 foreign aid workers were killed in Gaza, which appears to be a side bomb planted by Hamas. It reads, doesn't, yeah. So they're basically saying that World Central Kitchen was founded by Jose Andres, they had coordinated with the Israeli military over the movement of its cars. 3 vehicles moving at large distances apart were hit in succession. They were left incinerated, mangled, indicating multiple targeted strikes. It really sucks. World Kitchen was key to efforts by the U.S. and other countries to open a maritime corridor for aid from Cyprus to help ease near starvation conditions in Gaza's north. Here's an idea. Stop killing each other. That's a novel idea. This is why I hate war. This is why I hate war. Because people die. I hate when people die. It's never fun. Speaking of, so all you fine folks that might be in the little bit further southern and western states than I am, this is what you guys had to deal with in Slidell, Louisiana. So you guys got ravaged there. Um, there was a lot of tornadoes that came through the area. I hope that everybody stayed safe yesterday. I hope and pray all of our fine people that are in this area are okay and stay safe. It's horrible that this is hit this area. I've been through Slidell, and it's a nice little community, but man, this will hit you pretty hard right here. Seeing it just come right through and just damage, the amount of destruction. One of these things. This is why you hear those signals. Get out of the area. Get to safety. It's things like this that you see the amount of damage that's caused. Pay attention to those warnings. And there will be more. This is the season of the witch. No, this is the season of these things to happen. So please, please, please be safe if you possibly can. You know, get get out of the path of these things. Squid, you ever watch Dumb and Dumber? And Squid says not in like 20 years. Wow, didn't you know it was pouring rain all around Big Rapids, but not raining here? Any damage up by you? I am sure that there was last night. As I was passing out, I I did wake up to the sound of large branches falling about, and um, had a dog panicking. But it doesn't appear that I lost power last night. I was talking with Welsh lady. I was talking with Welsh lady last night, and I lost power for probably, I would say, about 30 seconds. That's all it took. And it kicked a breaker and all that kind of stuff. So there was some sort of power surge. Luckily, I've got my all of my all of my computer stuff is on a circuit breaker. Luckily, all my stuff is on a battery backup that has a good circuit protector in there, so I don't get those kinds of power surges. So all my stuff was protected, which is good. But your circuit electricity was out for about 6 hours, 20 miles now south of Atlanta. Yeah, my wife is south of Atlanta today. She'll be rolling in later today. But yeah, she was south of Atlanta today. Mr. Squid woke up to the thunder. Neighbors lost a tree around 6 this morning. Have to clean up limbs and trash in your yard today. Yeah, I haven't been out to see what it looks like. Looks like you're expecting bad weather in Pittsburgh today, but hopefully they're wrong because they usually are. Well, you're also in Pittsburgh. I haven't been to Pittsburgh in, geez, 30 years. I had to I had to go up that way to pick up some B3 organs. It was crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This right here is 6 former Mississippi law officers sentenced in state court for the torture of 2 men. Brandon, Mississippi, already sentenced to many years in federal prison. 6 white former Mississippi law enforcement officers, well, I hope they're former and not present, who pleaded guilty to a long list of state and federal charges for torturing 2 black men, were sentenced Wednesday in state court, absolutely as they should. State sentences did not add time to the federal prison terms and had already received, but the victim supporters hailed the years-long sentences, saying they took on unique importance in Mississippi, where local residents saw echoes of the state's histories of racist atrocities by people in authority. Yes. 6 former officers who attacked Michael Corey Jenkins and Eddie Terrell Parker in January of 23 were sentenced last month to federal prison terms ranging from about 10 to 40 years. Call their actions egregious and despicable, as he gave sentences near the top of the federal guidelines to 5 of the 6 men. Rankin County Circuit Judge Steve Ratcliffe on Wednesday gave the men years-long state sentences that were shorter than the amount of time in federal prison they had already received, but longer than what state prosecutors had recommended. Time served for state convictions will run concurrently, or what they mean by at the same time, as the federal sentences. The men will serve their time in federal penitentiaries. After the hearing, Malik Shabazz, an attorney representing Jenkins and Parker, celebrated that the former law officers were held accountable in the same courthouse where they had testified against people. They all had to come and appear in a courtroom where they have created such much mischief. In this courtroom and in this courthouse, they have been given credibility to their statements, but today was dramatically different. Today, the judge in the circuit court has given out Justice Shabazz said the state criminal sentencing is important because historically, the state of Mississippi has lagged behind or ignored radical crimes and police brutality against. It doesn't matter who they're doing it against. But if you just look at these as men doing bad things against other men, take away the racism and put it together as horrible people being horrible to each other, then I have no problem with that. But whenever you make it a black white thing or dark brown or whatever other, whenever you make it an other against an other, that's where I start having problems. Please. And I agree with him though. I applaud doing horrible things against other human beings should be taken into account. Spokesperson for the Attorney General's office said the sentences handed down Wednesday were consistent with the plea agreement reached with federal prosecutors. A written statement. Flint said the former officer's crimes gave grave harm to the victims and violated the trust of citizens that they were supposed to protect. Absolutely. These criminal acts make a difficult job even harder and far more dangerous, and is left for us all to commit yourselves to repairing that kind of damage created by not trusting the popo. Defendants included Brett McAlpin, Hunter Elward, Christian Dedman, Jeffrey Middleton, Daniel Okpedy. Well, I'm not even going to try to say a former police officer from the city of Richland, Joshua Hartfield, who was off duty during the assault. Why is he being charged? Oh, okay. He was there, but he was just off duty. All 6 former officers pleaded guilty of conspiracy to hinder prosecution. They were sentenced on multiple counts ranging from 5 to 20 years. One admitted aggravated assault was sentenced to 20 years alongside punishments for burglary and conspiracy. Yeah, every single one of these guys being shitey to people. So charges followed an AP investigation that linked some of the officers to at least 4 violent encounters since 2019. The terror began in 2023 when a call for extrajudicial violence, according to prosecutors. A person named McAlpine complained that 2 men were staying with a woman in Braxton, Mississippi, who texted a group of deputies so willingly to use excessive force. They called themselves the Goon Squad. Once inside, they handcuffed Jenkins and his friend Parker, poured milk, alcohol, chocolate syrup over their faces while mocking them with racial slurs. They forced them to strip naked and shower together to conceal the mess. They mocked the victims with slurs and assaulted them with sex. Man, doing this to anybody, that is just, oh my God. In a mock execution gone awry, Elward shot Jenkins in the mouth. Oh, they devised a cover up and agreed to plant drugs on them. This is just bad. They threatened to kill officers if they spoke up. The only defendant who didn't receive federal prison term was at the top of the sentencing guidelines was Hartfield, who did not work at a sheriff's department with the others and was not a member of the Goon Squad. In federal court, they expressed remorse for their behavior and apologized to Jenkins and Parker. That's a little too late. This is just horrible, horrible, horrible. In a statement read by their attorneys on Wednesday, Jenkins and Parker said their ordeal had been ingrained in their bodies and minds. Yeah. They killed you. You just didn't die. Horrible. That's just, I'm appalled by it. Like doing that kind of stuff to anybody. It's just mean. Oh, that's cute. You have 8 little foxes living under your side shed and was worried about them getting drowned with all the rain. Oh. There seems to be no tornado season anymore. They happen in spring, summer, and at Christmas in some warmer southbound states. Yeah. Seems to they come year after year to have their litter. So none of these morons are familiar with the fallout from Abu Ghraib. Apparently not. Jeffrey Middleton, the judge. Don't know. They only expressed remorse because they knew they were screwed. Exactly. And I have no sympathy for these guys, and I hope that they find out what Gen Pop feels like. Just the same way that I feel that Daybell will find out what it feels like. I have no sympathy for those guys whatsoever. Doing any kind of thing like that to another human being is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I have a fox in the backwoods behind the house. I've only seen the adults. I'm surprised because I have a chicken run at the tree line. They've never messed with them yet. Yet. It's because they haven't found a way to get in there. Once they find a way to get in there, they will destroy they will destroy every little bit of it that they can. They're just currently looking for a way to get in there. Oh, where is what I was looking for? Let's see. Oh, okay. What time we got? 8:19. Beautiful. So we got a time for a couple more here. Let's bring this one up. This one instead. So the judge in Trump's classified files case agrees to redact witnesses' names, granting prosecution request. Federal judge presiding over the classified documents case against Donald Trump granted a request by prosecutors on Tuesday aimed at protecting the identities of potential government witnesses. That's weird. But District Judge Eileen Cannon refused to categorically block witnesses' statements from being disclosed, saying that there was no basis for such a sweeping and blanket restriction on their inclusion in pretrial motions. Because if you are being accused, you have a right to face your accuser. If I'm not mistaken, that's sort of how the law works. The 24-page order centers on dispute between special counsel Jack Smith's team and lawyers for Trump over how much information about their witnesses and their statements could be made public ahead of trial. The disagreement, which had been pending for weeks, was one of many that had piled up before Cannon had slowed the pace of his case against Trump, one of four prosecutors he is confronting. The case remains without a firm trial date, with both sides having said they could be ready this summer. Cannon, who earlier faced blistering criticism over her decision to grant Trump's request for an independent arbiter to review the documents obtained during an FBI search of Mar-a-Lago, made clear her continued skepticism of the government's theory of prosecution, saying Tuesday that the case raised still developing and somewhat muddled questions, which I agree with her on this. In considering an earlier order and siding with prosecutors on the protection of witness identities, Cannon likely averted a dramatic exasperation of tensions with Smith's team, which last week called a separate order from the judge fundamentally flawed. Well, you can go fundamentally F yourself. The issue surfaced in January when defense lawyers filed a partially redacted form of a motion that sought to require prosecutors to turn over a trove of documents that they said would bolster their claim that the Biden administration had sought to weaponize the government in charging Trump. Oh, so they wanted to redact those. I understand. What is up, Pat Doc? Good to see you. Stacy Smith, I knew it would happen eventually. Good morning, you eaters of cake. Quack. Hey, just make sure that you hit the thumbs up and your ribeye before you head out for the day. Thank you. That's not what I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'll just ignore you for a little while. Defense lawyers asked permission to file the motion, which includes attachments information. It would also reveal the identity of any potential government witnesses. I see. So this makes more. Yeah, they should definitely. If people are going to come in, you as witnesses, then you need to find out who these witnesses are. Cannon then granted the defense request for the motion and its exhibits to be filed in unredacted form as long as personal identifying information of witnesses remained sealed. Smith's team asked her to reconsider, saying that witnesses could be exposed to threats and harassment if publicly identified. Well, you're talking about like somebody else is being publicly harassed? Just saying. Cannon then granted the defense. In agreeing Tuesday with the witnesses' names to be redacted, she wrote, although the record is clear that special counsel could have and should have raised its current arguments previously, the court elects, upon full review of those newly raised arguments, to reconsider its prior order. Still, the order was not a complete win for the prosecutors. Cannon rejected a request by Smith's team to seal from pretrial motions the substance of all witness statements, with the exception of information that could be used to identify witnesses. As for legal authority, the cases cited in special counsel's papers do not lend support to this sweeping request, nor do they appear to have been offered as such. And based on the court's independent research, granting this request would be unprecedented. The court cannot locate any case, high profile or otherwise, in which the court has authorized anything remotely similar to the sweeping relief sought here. So, time for more coffee? Oh no, I'm still good. I'm still good. Besides, I'm not going to be going too much longer. I mean, it's only 8:30. And for those of you that have just joined in, no, I will not be following any more of the chat daybell. That's not going to happen. I'm just, it's too much work, too much work. Now, I did hear about this yesterday, so I'm gonna talk about it a little bit today. Um, Only because I don't know too much about what exactly happened. But apparently, yesterday, a joyful celebration at the end of Ramadan devolved into Panic Wednesday in Philadelphia after rival groups exchanged the pew pews, leaving at least three people injured and hundreds of parents to flee in search of safety. The annual EIDL for what kind of name is that? Outside a mosque at city's Parkside neighborhood came to a sudden end when some 30 shots rang out at about 2:30 p.m. Five people were later taken into custody, custody, including a 15-year-old boy who sustained leg and shoulder wounds when he was pew-pewed by police and was taken to the hospital by an officer. Police said he was carrying a pew-pew. Additionally, one man was pew-pewed in the stomach and a juvenile victim had a wound to the hand. Philadelphia Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel confirmed at a news conference that a police vehicle responding to the 911 calls for help struck a 15-year-old. Oh, that sucks. Oh, sorry for the little girl. 15-year-old girl was fleeing a park and was hit by a car. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, youngster. Witnesses described running to tents set up near the park, hiding behind trees, and dropping to the pavement to avoid the pew-pewing, trying to shield children, as you should do. Other attendees ran inside nearby school and mosque and began frantically searching for their children and loved ones. Authorities say nearly 1,000 people attended the event. Several witnesses said they came back to the park hours after the shoot pew-pewing to try to find their shoes or cell phones after running several streets away to safety. 99% of the people attending this event were good people who wanted to have a good time, as it usually happens. Bessel said, noting that city officials were offering their support to this particular community. Police investigated the aftermath late Wednesday afternoon at Clara Muhammad Square, which was strewn with debris, including blankets, strollers, coolers, and a number of shoes left behind by celebrants. A doll with a plastic wrapper nearby lay abandoned in the grass near a playground, surrounded by police tape and guarded by officers. Why were they guarding a doll? So crazy. Why are you guarding a doll? A few tables with aluminum containers of food to break the fast of Ramadan. Man, those people got to be hungry by now. Damn it. Go grab a burger. Surrounded by yellow tape at a crime scene. Two tubs of melted bright red water ice were spilled onto the sidewalk. Well, they were guarding it. Around 4 p.m., members began pushing large brooms to clean up the debris. A handful of young women dressed in bright colors picked up valuables, bags, cell phones, shoes, and set them aside for people to claim. Others waited for police to allow them to gather their purses or lawn chairs from the park. She had just gone to her car for a moment when she heard the pew-pewing and saw people running across the street. She called relatives at the event to make sure they were safe. Last year, someone set off firecrackers to scare everyone. This was just a celebration of life for God to forgive us for our sins. There's 1 month that God changed the devil down, so whoever did this can't even blame the devil. Thomas Allen, who was at the scenes during this pew-pewing, was pandemonium. We're hearing that they were children. They were children, and it's a sad thing. So this was not adults doing this. It wasn't adults doing this kind of thing. This was some kids that went out there and opened a little bit of the pew-pews up and started all of this pandemonium. It's really bad. Good morning. Good morning. Welsh lady, I know that you're in here all fresh and ready to go. I had such a good time yesterday with you. It was such a wonderful day. Unfortunately, because as I've been telling everybody here, I cannot commit to an 8 to 10 week trial. I won't be covering any more of the Daybell. It's unfortunate, but I was so brain dead last night that I couldn't even focus, and it had nothing to do with us talking afterwards. I thought I would be good, but once the adrenaline went away, I could not even focus to do this. I don't know how Baker does, but I'm sorry. So I won't be able to do any of those any of the trial. I might do some at night, like talk about it a little bit, but it was rough yesterday. And I know that I've got some stuff coming up that I'm going to be out of town, and this would be 2 to 2.5 month trial, and there's no way my brain or my body can handle it. It's put me in all kinds of weird plays, especially with the sound quality. And just trying to keep you wonderful chat busy. It's rough. It is absolutely rough for me to do. So, and it's I feel that I would be doing a disservice to all you fine folks, because I almost did not do a stream this morning because my brain, it was so shut down last night. I had talked with MG for a couple of minutes in a back room. I just got on there, wanted to see how he was doing, and to let him know that I just couldn't. I like my brain was fried, and I enjoy hanging out with everyone. Oh my gosh, just the man, the myth, the legend. I hope the rain is treating you fine there at the Masters. Oh my gosh, Tom Gillis, brother. I hope you're doing well. I have a little bit now, guys. I did find a little bit of something of some Tom Gillis stuff that was happening. Now, to know about the Masters, to know about a whole lot, and it was at the this has nothing to do with Tom Gillis, just so you know. It has nothing to do with Tom Gillis, but it is nonetheless pretty damn hilarious. And yeah, it's raining. Headed in like noontime. Yeah. Well, this one will make you feel better. How's this? This will make you feel better.
Walk up all fucking day. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Guys.
No. Hey, which one of you walked up?
Bro,
No, which one of you walked up?
Hey,
You
hey.
fucking walk up. No. Walk up. Walk up. Yeah. Hey. Oh, fuck you. Hey, you want to fucking be cool, bro? Come on. Fucking come on. Walk up.
Oh God. And that's not Tom Gillis, just so you know. That is not Tom Gillis.
You fucking want to come up and talk shit? Walk up.
Shh. Not, you don't even look like that guy. You think you're funny. Walk up. Oh my gosh. So good to see you, Tom Gillis. And make sure you guys, go check out Tom Gillis. I mean, he's here at the Masters. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, yes. Make sure that you guys, sub up to Tom Gillis. He's good people, and he's got a great sense of humor, and he's a golf pro. I mean, you're in the midst of a legend, folks. Rock star. He's a rock star amongst rock stars. He would teach you how to swing a golf club. Get that right wiggle down. My gosh. Where else can you find that kind of stuff? You're welcome, Tom. You're good people. That's why we like you so much, Tom. Uh you're only an hour from Augusta National. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true. She is only an hour from Augusta National. It's pretty cool. Yeah, be careful around golfers. Statistically, they look mean. Oh my god, I'm gonna go run through a wall. Gonna go run through a wall after that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, uh, let me see. There was something else here that I wanted to show you guys. This one was pretty funny. Let's see if I can pull this one up, because this one made me laugh this morning. Here you go. Just listen.
Death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
As you can see,
Did you hear what she said?
that death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
as you can see,
Death is irreversible in the fact that she's trapped in. Oh, oh. Oh God. So let's see if we've got another good one here for you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There was one in here that I saw that was pretty darn funny. And nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. It's here somewhere. I will find it. Where did it go? Nope, I already showed that one. Nope. That's not it. What is that one? Nope, still not the one. And what do we got? Nope. Nope. I don't have it. Oh, I know what happened. They removed it. That's why. It got completely removed and went away. Doggone it. Well, it happens. That's how crazy things go. So doggone it. Sorry about that, folks. I don't have it. I had a really good one here. You think golfers should wear riot helmets? Oh, that would be so awesome. That would be so awesome if they wore it. Oh, can't swing with a golf club. You ruins to. Oh, Dad put you in golf lessons when you were 8. Wow, that is so cool. That's very rare, guys. Guys was drunk. Yeah. Wish I had a nickel for every time I heard, "Mommy, why is that man riding a bicycle with a riot helmet?" before that became a commonplace sight. No, that is. I honestly don't have it there. There was something there. Uh, there you go. I got a good one for you. Denver makes a major shift in illegal response by extending support to 6 months but limiting spaces. So in Denver, nowhere near the border, Mike Johnson announced a major shift Wednesday in the city's response to the illegal immigrant crisis, extending support to 6 months, but only with about 1,000 spaces. The mayor's pivot follows failed attempts to get federal aid and deep cuts into the city's budget, as Denver served a total of nearly 41,000 illegals since the end of 2022. That's it. That's all you got there. Where's the rest of them? But you are a sanctuary city, so there you go. It's a sharp departure from Chicago's, New York's, and Denver's strategy over the past years, months to long shelter stays. Instead, Denver's new program will place illegals in apartments for up to 6 months, provide job and skill training opportunities to get certifications and unpaid work experience, food assistance, and help with asylum applications. So these are asylum seekers, not illegals. The goal is to act as a buffer and apply intensive preparation while new arrivals wait 6 months for a work permit after applying for asylum under federal law. See, this is a federal law that they shouldn't have. There's a way to do it properly, and coming here illegally is not the way to do it. In Denver, we believe that the way to solve these problems is not by turning our back on our American values, but by turning to our American values, said Johnson, waxing poetic about the immigration to America over the centuries. New York City has only guaranteed most adult illegals 30 days in the city's shelter system, which is a patchwork of facilities included converted hotels and huge tent dormitories. Oh my gosh. Speaking of huge tents and hotel dormitories, there's only one that could be here, and that would be this.
Okay.
Hello, MG. How you doing, bud?
How's it going? Oh,
It's
my
going.
goodness.
Oh, you know,
So I'm curious who's seeking asylum from Mexico?
yeah, that's what
Because
I was
unless they're coming from Mexico across our southern border, they can't claim asylum under international law.
but they could be here for up to 90 days
Yes.
or even longer, probably a couple of years while they're waiting on those asylum things to happen. Because we had this little thing where they locked down everybody, and
Yeah, well, round their asses up, send them back.
yeah, that's but Denver, they're saying
Because they're required to seek asylum in the first safe nation, and Mexico is, by law, is internationally, it's considered the first safe nation.
yes.
So they can't trek through. And I said, I don't know that we recognize Mexico as being so oppressive that people coming across can seek asylum from Mexico.
What's the drug
Or
cartel?
else they all would.
Well, yeah. I mean, you missed the one I was talking about earlier, where where 50 people were found deceased in the back of a tractor trailer from
Yep, not surprised.
dehydration. And under, I think it's Section 6 that Texas passed, where everybody's saying, "Oh, this is going to hurt illegals." It would be the truck drivers and anybody involved in transporting those people across the border or handling those people, even in the United States. I think it's up to 10 years in prison per offense, and they would be fined $10,000 per person per offense. That would put them close to what, 500 years?
Yep.
For each person, and that's basically just bury them under the jail, and that's what I think should happen.
That's what needs to happen.
The only problem is they want to get rid of that law because they say it hurts illegals.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It actually helps them. Oh, by the way, make sure that you ribeye to MG Law. We can thank one of our wonderful folks. Les, who is it that did that to me?
What's that?
Yeah, they were using the autocorrect, and instead of subscribe, they put in ribeye. So now you can't subscribe to me. You can only ribeye to me. And Tom Gillis is hanging out over here.
Oh, cool.
He's it says friend can't play Masters because of visa issues, so that's told him to
That's
go.
some BS.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell them. Just
Yeah,
go
that's
to
what I've told our Korean friends that when their stuff expires and that, because I mean, of course, immigration's an ass when you're trying to do things properly. It's ridiculous. The hoops and the red tape and bureaucracy you got to deal with. So you can just come around the southern border. They'll give you a place to stay, and they'll give you money and gift cards and a phone, and they won't care. It's just like somebody actually had laughed and joked at, like somebody who was helping them. Like I think one of the attorneys was like, "Yeah, just come across the southern border."
Yeah. And of course, MG is traveling in a car.
Of course. Sorry.
No, that's great. No, it's perfect because you're not driving; you're just traveling in a car. Opposite excuse.
I'm traveling on the land. Yep.
Yes. Shizzy, please search a donkey goes crazy for peg leg pirate chicken. Oh my God. Shame on you. I will do a search for that later. I'll write that down and I'll do a search for it. I don't have a whole lot of time left today. Let me see. Donkey peg leg chicken. I'll do a search for it later. Yes. I will pull that up later. Like I said, yesterday I was doing the day bell, which, man, everything was fine throughout the day. And after I talked with you, I took, because I was like, I got to take a shower and I'll probably jump back on. Dude, I stepped out of the shower and my eyes just about dropped out of my head. And I could not focus. I couldn't do anything. Like the adrenaline or whatever it was. It tanked me. I sat in bed, I grabbed my laptop. I sat down because I was just like, all I got to do is like set up the stream. I don't even know if I set up the stream or not. I honestly don't know because my brain shut down and I just was like, I cannot do this. I got up this morning and I was exhausted still. And I mean, 11 to, that's a lot of sleep. I mean, quite a bit of sleep. And my brain was not even functioning this morning. I was just like, no, I cannot do this for 8 to 10 weeks. My balls around my neck. She would not tolerate that. I'm like, no, I cannot be this out of it. Cause I wouldn't be able to function for work. So, but what I told people I'd do is I'll put a link up there to the judges thing. If they want to watch it, they're more than welcome to. There is no chat over there, so it's fine. But I cannot do the chat day bell. I can't do 8 to 10 weeks. I might check in with it every so often, but I mean,
you could always watch it or listen to it during the day and do recaps at night, I guess. I mean, maybe we do that. I mean, we could try to do that, but
yeah, that might be something that we work on. I could do some of that with you.
Because I think that's what Danny on Direct was doing last night. She was watching through it, and I meant to redirect to her. And as Expert and I were talking, like towards the end, he accidentally yeeted himself, and I thought because it's like mid sentence, like playing around, kind of like what they do on Laid Back News on Fridays, and they just like cut Joe off. He was just gone, and I was like, oh well, okay, it was funny. And so I ended I was like, all right, see y'all later. And I completely forgot to redirect. I do it like 90% of the time. I don't redirect somebody. I just forget. And people were going. I had, 400 or 500 people in chat. I was like, I want to send them somewhere. And I completely forgot. Just threw me off.
I've done that before too. And speaking of which, I need to see while you're saying that, I'm sitting there going, well, shit, I need to get my redirect also. So
yeah. I completely, because at the beginning of the stream, Expert, we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it's saying I always forget to redirect, and I didn't know, I saw that she was on, but I didn't know what she was covering and how long she would be going. And so when 12:30 rolls around, I'm like, well, I don't know, she's still going, and I forgot.
I'm looking.
And she was still going.
I'm looking for Mo because usually I'll just redirect over to Mo or Baker, and neither one of those are showing up.
Baker should have, he should have something up for Verdict Watch.
Jeez. Yeah, usually
on his.
Yeah, he should have one, but damn it, I'll be damned if I can find it. Where is? Yeah, see, he's not even showing up in my feed for whatever reason. Why is he not showing up?
He may not. Maybe he didn't set it up.
I'm sure he did. He always sets one up. Yeah,
he at least sets up a placeholder.
Yeah, there. It is.
Yeah, he's got it. That's the first one on my list. Starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but for my redirects, it doesn't show up. Like usually, you can
weird.
Get those.
The redirects are weird.
There we go. So that's what we'll do. I'm going to redirect everybody over to Baker. He's going to be starting up here in about 10 minutes. By the time that this ends, he'll be starting up in 10 minutes. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe and ribeye, all that kind of stuff. There's also supposed to be a Falcon launch at 10:25.
Yeah, I missed that the other night too. There was supposed to be one. Was it Monday night or no Tuesday night? Well, we were doing that, and one was supposed to start. It's supposed to be like 12. It was some odd times, like 12:41 or something my time.
Yeah,
and I saw it at 11, like an hour before. I was like, "Oh, there's gonna be a Falcon launch in an hour." And then at 12:45, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a Falcon launch," and it was already up in the air. I was like, "Well, shit."
Yeah."
I completely forgot.
It happens. I mean, like I've got so many things that I wanted to cover, but I can't even cover all of them. And one of them is I can't cover the Masters like I want to. I'm kidding. I couldn't even cover the Masters because I don't know shit about golf. I just know
you don't have to.
I just know
they're trying to hit the little ball into the cup in as few shots as possible.
There you go.
They're competing against the course and not each other. It's the one who plays the course the best. Yes. You're trying to beat the course.
And has he
and many believe it is a great way to ruin a nice walk. Because he gets so present.
Because you got to swing.
I'm sure Tom Gillis loves that.
Tom Gillis is good people. He's been in Augusta since Monday, I believe. I've been
that's awesome.
Oh, the
one of my former coworkers, his they had tickets and they would always go. One of fellow attorneys, he'd always go to the Masters. And one year he got me. I got a Masters hat somewhere. He got me that.
See, Tom Gillis says he'll hook you up. It's easy.
Hook me up with what? Play golf or teach you how to play?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I understand pretty much all the most of the rules. Some of those out of bounds and drops, that kind of weird stuff. It even gets Tiger Woods in trouble. I remember that happened to him several years ago.
Well, Tom, it depends
on
the
shot
lady.
At a time.
It depends on the lady. I mean, sorry. Damn it. I'm going to get myself in all kinds of hot waters. What's going to happen? I need to stop doing that. Long walk spoiled. What?
Yeah.
Walk up. I showed him that one I showed yesterday to the expert. He was just like, what the hell is this? All right, everybody. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you go and if you want to, Mo will be streaming at 9. She does stream at 9 also. I'm sending you all you fine folks over to Baker, but Mo does appreciate it also. If you're trying to get the latest on the Verdict Watch, there's that. But do definitely, hit like and subscribe to all these fine people. You got MG Law here. You got Tom Gillis. We've got Welsh Lady Reads. Sorry. Damn it. Like I said, my brain is not here today. I'm just going to do
and ribeye.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.